Hi, my YouTube friends across the world. Today, by means of my presentation, I would like to address a very important scenario where we need to file the OCI application for our minor or who are our elder kids till the age of 20. I hope with the medium of this video, many of us who belongs from the nation India will be benefited. Thank you, and I would appreciate if you can like, share and subscribe my video so that other people who don't know the procedure or who feel it's a very cumbersome procedure can follow and easily file the application by themselves. So thanks for watching, and do watch my video till the end to understand the whole process. So let's start with our first slide. So most of us are aware that this OCI application is basically filed for the people who are the national of other citizen, other country, and who wish to have a permanent visa or a long-term multiple entry visa to India. Yes, that's the reason it is overseas citizenship of India. So friends, who are eligible to apply for the OCI card? If, first of all, a foreign national can apply for an OCI card, who is a citizen of another country but was a citizen of India at the time or at any time after the commencement of the Constitution, or who is a citizen of another country but was eligible to become a citizen of India at the time of the commencement of the Constitution, or who is a citizen of another country but belonged to a territory that became part of India after 15th day of August 1947, or who is a child or a grandchild or a great-grandchild of such a citizen, or a person who is a minor child of a person mentioned in the above four criteria, or a person who is a minor child and whose both parents are citizens of India, or a person who is a minor child and whose one of the parents is a citizen of India. Moving to our next slide. In continuation of our previous slide, which says the question, who is eligible to apply for an OCI card? So, the spouse of a foreign origin of an overseas citizen of India, cardholder registered under Section 7A, and whose marriage has been registered and subsisted for a continuation period of not less than 2 years, immediately preceding the presentation of the application under this section. Please note, a couple needs to be married for 2 years prior to the submission of the OCI application. In case of dissolution of marriage or deceased spouse, he or she must notify and return the OCI card to the embassy or the consulate. For more information, you can always hit this link below. Let's move to the next slide. So friends, this slide represents what are the various services available under OCI card, or what are the different OCI categories. So first of all, following are the OCI categories or services that one can apply for depending on age and nationality are listed as follows. First is New OCI card. New OCI card for foreign spouse of person of Indian origin. OCI reissue with new passport. So here the thing is, whenever you receive a new passport, as per the US government, after every 5 years you have to renew your old passport. So a person who is having OCI and he is more than 5 years, he needs to renew his passport, and similarly, he has to apply for a reissue of his OCI card. So let's move on. Next is OCI reissue for lost OCI card. So when you somewhere if you lost your card and you need to get a new card. So always friends keep your OCI in a very safe place. I would suggest to either keep in your safe locker or the bank locker if you have in US. Let's move to the next. It's OCI reissue for damaged OCI card. Obviously, if it is damaged, it won't be scanned and you'll be having problems whenever you are at the airport. So you should always get a new one. If your OCI has been cancelled, if let's move to the next one. OCI in lieu to PIO card, and then OCI in lieu of PIO card for lost PIO card, OCI in lieu of PIO card for damaged PIO card. Well, most of the people who are born up to 2015 are not having the PIO because that has been discontinued. So the people who were born before that will be having their old PIOs which they can renew in the form of new OCI card. Let's move on to our next slide. So friends, here you can see like what are the various services under OCI card or what are the different categories. So first of all, here are which will come under the miscellaneous services. Whenever you're applying, you have to choose the option as a miscellaneous services, in which if you need to change your address, correction in date of birth, correction in place of birth, change your name, split your name, change your appearance, change your signature, correction of spelling in father's name, correction of spelling in mother's name, correction of spelling legal guardian's name, change of occupation. And for more reference, you can always refer to the link below. Let's move on to our next slide. Friends, this slide explains about the benefits of an OCI card holder. First is a multiple entry, multi-purpose lifelong visa for visiting India. Exemption from registration with local police authority for any length of stay in India. Parity with non-resident Indians (NRIs) in respect of economy, financial, and educational fields, except in relation to acquisition of agriculture or plantation property. OCI can be used as identity proof for application of PAN card and driving license, as well as for opening a bank account if the OCI card holder is residing in India. And for any more benefits you want to see, you can always log on or the link which is given below. Let's move to the next slide. So from this slide onward, you can see how the actual filing process goes on and how your website page on the government website keeps on showing. So you can see by yourself in the slide like how you will go through the website, which is ociservices.gov.in, and then you will follow the link like this. So friends, I believe you must be completed with your online application on the government website. Now with this slide, I want to explain you regarding the photo application and specification related to it. The first thing is the passport photo should not be more than 6 months old, so it needs to be freshly taken. Second is it should be 2" by 2" and 80% should be the coverage of face. The photograph should not be stable in any case, nor it should be having any kind of adhesive tape behind. Must be in color against white background and must show full face front view. Must be taken in normal street attire. preferably taken in colored attire. For example, a medium blue shirt or an orange shirt, whichever is in color form. The attire should not be patterned, textured, or pure white. Because if it's the background is already white and you're wearing a white, so definitely you're only gonna see is your face. So it's quite understood that it should not be like that. Second is it should be taken or printed only on the glossy photo paper. Uniform should not be worn in photograph, except religious attire like how in the Sikh we wear the turban and in the Islam we wear the musk cap. Then the glasses also make a reflection on the camera lens, so it should be avoided just for the photo purpose. And that's it. That's it. How you're gonna take the photograph, and you're done. The size is what the important thing is. It should be 2 by 2. Let's move on to our next segment. This slide says about the signature specifications. So your signature should be in a JPEG or JPG format only. Max size should be 200 KB. So it is always good to have a sizer. You can always download an app which says about the sizer. You can resize the file size. The height and width of the signature photo must be in the aspect ratio of 1:3. So when you have a resizer application, it would be very easy to do that. And rest is about dimensions. You can do it accordingly. Now friends, this is very important and it's very tricky also. When we are stuck with the applicant who is a 5-year-old or minor or an infant. In that case, if he is an infant or she is an infant below like 3 years who doesn't know how to read and write or even write an alphabet. So in that case, for the male child, it is the left thumb impression, and for the female, it's the right thumb impression. Take the print in a white page and click the picture. And the ink you can be used is best choice is the black ink. And if your kid is 5 years old and he knows how to write alphabets, he can always write his signature in the form of his name. That helps a lot. And in front of the notary also, he can write in alphabet his name. So friend, with this slide, you will get to know like what are the mandatory documents which you need to upload in the government side, and also you have to send physical copies, not originals, but the copies to the CKGS centers. So first is definitely your photo and signature, which I already explained in the previous slides. Next is you need to upload all the required documents in the government website. So we will be explaining each and every document which are necessary. So the first thing is the applicant's US or foreign passport. Validity should be minimum 6 months at the time of submission, because definitely it takes time to get your OCI card printed and back in your mail. Second is copy of the information page that has basic details and the picture on the passport. Uh, when you're providing the applicant's passport, you need to provide the copies too. And the copies are first like the information page, which are the first 2 pages, then the copy of the endorsement and amendment pages. So in case of the US passport, the pages are 22, 23, and 24. For passport that have 24 pages, pages 25, 26, and 27 for the passport that ends with page 28 pages. So let's move to the next point. You have to provide a copy of your US naturalization certificate, or the birth certificate if born outside the United States. Second is recent passport taken within the past 6 months showing current parents in the form of 2-inch by 2-inch size. Copy of marriage certificate if the person is married. Copy of US address proof. So among these following options you can provide any. It's state issued ID card, copy of your driving license or your resident card, copy of your recent utility bill like the electricity, gas or water, should not be more than 3 months old. So this is the point to be noted. It shouldn't be older than 3 months. Then copy of valid current annual lease agreement signed by the landlord or the tenant and the tenant. So these are the basic documents which are being asked. So friends, these are a couple more documents which are being asked. Evidence supporting documents to prove that the applicant was at one point a citizen of India on or after 26th of January 1947. This evidence could be one of the following: copy of Indian passport or copy of school living certificate in India or copy of Indian voter ID card, PAN card or Indian driving license, copy of domicile certificate issued by the current government in your state, then copy of nativity certificate, then OCI card, PIU card of parents, spouse, along with the base papers, documents upon which the OCI PIU card were issued. Evidence of relationship in parents, grandparents, great-grandparents if their Indian origin is claimed as basis for registration as OCI card holder. The document of relationship could be birth certificate issued from competent authority mentioning both the parent's name for sure. In case the birth certificate is issued by a foreign authority, it is to be apostilled or endorsed by the concerned Indian mission abroad. Okay. Now friends, here in case of minor child whose both parents are citizens of India or one of the parents is a citizen of India, in his case, what are the documents being asked? So first is the copy of child's birth certificate. So it will be definitely, if he is born in US, it will be a US birth certificate, which is uh, obtained very, normally like a week's time by the same hospital and the agency where the child is born. Second is the copy of US foreign passport of both the parents. If if the parents are foreign national, then copy of Indian passport if the person's parents are Indian. One of the parent, a copy of the domicile certificate or nativity certificate issued by the competent authority in respect of the parents. One of the parents or any other proof substantiating the status of the parents or one of the parents being Indian citizen. Then, if the parents are divorced, court order of dissolution of marriage, which specifies mentions that the legal custody of the child is with the parents who is applying for the OCI card. So friends, this slide is basically for the person who is a spouse of foreign origin of a citizen of India or a spouse of foreign origin of an OCI card holder. So you can just go through the specification if you are in a category of this. So friends, this is another very important slide because it explains about the documents which need to be notarized. So the first document is the last page of the OCI application which you obtain from the government site. Okay, once you finish the application and the upload, you can download that form, and then at the last page after filling everything, you have to get that notarized. Second is the parent authorization form, and don't forget, first you fill the information after taking a printout, Then you fill the information, get the page notarized, and then you scan it and upload in government's website for the parent authorization form. And last but not the least is the affidavit in lieu of originals. These three forms, or you can say the documents, have to be notarized. Now, the points we need to keep in mind while going to a notary: you need to check 3S: stamp, seal, and signature. Yes, guys, when we go to a notary, so let me give you one very important information. Any bank in US where you have your account, a saving account or checking account, you can get a notary done free. So you won't be charged anything, and the notary present at the bank will provide you the stamp, seal, and signature. But the important thing is that you always keep an eye whether he has provided the three things or not. Because the same situation happened with us. We went, and this was the third time we were doing the same thing. I had applied for the OCI of my 2-year daughter. I had applied for the OCI of my son when he was born after 2 months, and then I renewed it. So yeah, this happened with us when we were on renewing it. The notary presented the Bank of America basically. He just put the stamp. That's it. No seal, no signature. And how can we, like we are Indian origin, we don't know exactly what is the format up here. And sometimes, if even if you have that in mind, it slips out. Like you won't be checking whether he's putting the seal or signature or not. So, and during this COVID situation, it was like really, really a big headache to get this done. Going to a bank, to a public place was really scary, and that too when we are in a region which is close to New York. So, yes, guys, please make sure to see it. Or else, like us, we paid $12 additional to just send one extra page where the seal was missing and the signature was missing. So do check it 2 to 3 times. Secondly, parents so many times ask like where they can get it notarized. The first is the bank where you have your checking or savings account. Second is you can always go to the UPS store. Yes, they with a charge of $3 or $5 per page, they can easily notarize the papers. So friends, this slide explains what are the documents which we need to send the CKGS office. So after finishing the government application, you're gonna have to go to the CKGS website, and there you have to again apply for the OCI application, and there you will be providing the reference number of the government website application number. The reference number up here is the same as the government website application number, and you will get, after filling all the details, you'll be getting a format and forms like what are the things you have to provide. There will be a checklist of documents which you have to print out, and accordingly you will be attaching all the documents. Make sure not to staple any document, not to staple your photograph. You have to send 2 photographs with that envelope, and then you have to attach the checklist form. And then it's always good to take the courier option from the CKGS, because in the corona time we would definitely not wish to go to the office. So you can take the courier option, both 2 and 4. And one point, guys, I missed, that was regarding the bank check. Since it's corona and we are not going or paying in person to the CKGS office, so they have an option to pay with the debit card or the credit card, but I would rather go with the money order or the cashier check option. Bank charges a fixed rate, which is like the total comes to be $75 when it is a renewal, but initial the fees are different. So accordingly, you can go to the bank and ask for a cashier check, and they have one-time, fees. It's like $15 for that. So yes, friends, that's all I have explained in the slides. For future, like referring more and to understand more, you can always go to the slide number 22 and understand more. But I hope I have covered almost everything. And if I have missed any point or any specific question, if you have, you can always comment, and I am really happy to help and answer. Friends, please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube video so that same as you, others will be benefited. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.